If you've never come across my meat pie video before and you are seeing this, let me teach you how to make that perfect flaky meat pie. And I'll be teaching you from the filling to the dough, so do not skip any part of this video. If you are in a hurry, you can watch on ×2 speed. These are all I'll be using for the meat pie filling: my beef, carrot, Irish potato, red pepper, green pepper, and my onion. I'll be adding some amount of oil into my pan. I added onion, stir for a while, I added my red pepper and my green pepper too. It's not compulsory that you use green pepper, but it gives it a very nice taste. I just added my carrot, stir for a while, and added my Irish potato. You are not supposed to cook your Irish potato before adding it. Now I added little water to cook and my minced beef. I'll just mix this together, and these are my spice. I'm using chicken Maggi, curry, thyme, salt, and fresh ginger. You can use any spices of your choice. I'll just cover and allow to cook. For the thickener, I'm going to be adding some amount of flour into a bowl. I added water, mixed together till it becomes really smooth. Now I'll check on my filling, and the Irish potato and the carrot are soft. I'm going to just add in the thickener. I didn't allow the water to completely dry up before adding the thickener, so that your filling doesn't look really dried inside the pie. Now it is ready. Now for the dough, I'm going to be using 1 kg of all-purpose flour. That's 8 cups, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half teaspoon of salt, and half teaspoon of nutmeg. You can also use cinnamon powder. And I'll be using 500 grams of very cold margarine. I will just munch this in till it is all combined. My margarine is really cold from the fridge. I mix till it forms a comb. Now for my egg, I'll be using 2 eggs, and I added half teaspoon of white vinegar to my egg. This is totally optional too, but if you want a perfect meat pie, you should use white vinegar. I'll just mix this together. At this stage, I noticed my dough was already getting soft, which gave me a signal that I was going to need just a little liquid. Normally, I was supposed to use 1 cup of milk to 1 kg of flour while making meat pie, but at this stage, I just added just little milk because my flour took just a little liquid. So be careful while adding your water or your milk, because some flour takes more liquid than the others. And this is my dough after adding just little milk from 1 cup. And I use very cold milk. If you are using water, also use very cold water. Now I cover to rest for about 10 minutes. So after 10 minutes, I'm ready to roll out. I forgot to mention that my eggs were also very cold from the fridge. Now do not roll to be too thin or too thick. Just roll to be medium. Now I will transfer this to my cutter. I'm using the big cutter, and I will let you know how many meat pie I got from this big cutter. This big cutter is about 10 centimeters in size. I just rubbed egg around it to be properly sealed. When you are pressing this down, please do not overpress so that it doesn't burst out from the other side. Now just remove the excess before opening it, and it is ready. Now you have to grease your pan you'll be placing this on with butter, or if you are using baking paper, just place your baking paper on top of your pan. If you don't have a cutter, this is what you should do. After rolling out, place a sizable bowl on the dough, then just use your knife to cut out. You can use any size of bowl depending on how big you want the meat pie to be. Now just remove the excess and put in your meat pie filling. You also need egg. You also need to apply some egg around it. It helps it to seal properly. Now flip to the edge and use your hand to just press it down. Then get a fork and just press it down so that it won't open while baking. Now it is ready. All my pies are ready to go into the oven. Preheat your oven. Make sure to preheat your oven. Even if you are using a pot method, you have to allow your pot to get hot. Now I'm just egg washing, rubbing egg all over it to give it that golden, shiny brown surface. Bake this for about 40 minutes on a medium heat, and my meat pie is ready. If you have any question, feel free to ask in the comment section. And I got exactly 16 meat pie from this recipe. Thanks for watching, and bye.